Hey guys, what is up? So I'm going to be doing my Week 13 NFL predictions, but first, let's jump back a week and do a recap. So last week I went 14-2, which is by far my best week. I think my second best it's like 11-5, something like that. So going 14-2 was crazy. Also, no one had a bye. That's even weirder. Now the Browns are on bye this week. So guess what? The Browns cannot lose this week. That might be a bright side for Cleveland. So on to the predictions. Now we have the Cowboys and the Vikings. The Cowboys are clearly going to win. But let me explain why. They've won 10 in a row. Dak and Zeke are the best rookie duo right now and in really the modern era. And by modern, I mean 10 years. Vikings, Sam Bradford choked away the game. But nothing else is new. I mean, he's been doing that for most of his career. Cowboys win. Now you have the Chiefs and the Falcons. And I'm going to pick the Chiefs to win, but here is why. It's because they are the more complete team. They have a good offense, a good defense. Atlanta has a great offense, shaky defense. Even though it's in Atlanta, I'm going to say the Chiefs win. You have the Lions and the Saints. Lions just won on Thanksgiving. The Saints, they beat the Rams. They said, bend over and take it. Lions are going to win, though. And again, they're just the more complete team. Rams and the Patriots. The Patriots are going to win. I don't think that needs any explanation. Broncos and Jags. Broncos are going to win. Really doesn't need any explanation. Texans and Packers. Now, the Packers did beat the Eagles, but I think the Texans are going to win. And I think the Texans are going to win because they did suffer a loss to San Diego. I think they were at home for that, too. And I think the Packers' win over the Eagles was a fluke. Call me crazy, but I think it was a fluke. All right, now you have the Eagles and the Bengals. The Bengals are crappy. Eagles did lose, but I think they bounced back and beat the Bengals. Okay, Dolphins and Ravens. I'm going to pick the Dolphins to win. I hope they win. I want them to win. I think they're going to win. I don't care the game's in Baltimore. I do not care. They are on a 6-game win streak. They are riding high. And the Ravens, if they lose and the Steelers win, the Steelers will have the top seed in the top spot in the AFC North. I had to think of what my division was for a second. All right, 49ers and Bears. Now, the Bears would have beat the Titans last week if they had receivers who could actually catch the ball. Their receivers cannot catch. Hits them right in the hands and bounces away. They had like grease or butter or something on their gloves, I'm guessing. The Titans cheated. Bears are going to win, though. I think the receivers actually catch the football this week. You have the Bills and the Raiders. I'm going to pick the Raiders to win. I'm debating on who's the better team in the AFC. The Raiders or the Patriots. Like, people do not normally debate that. They usually say, no, Patriots are number one. And even last year, even though Denver was the number one seed, I think they still would have said Patriots are the number one team. And it's just really Peyton Manning couldn't play, and he was getting by with a tremendous defense. Which is why Von Miller was the Super Bowl 50 MVP and not Peyton Manning. It's because he couldn't play anymore. Spaghetti arms. The one thing he could do was, his mind was still there. His eyes and his mind were there. Besides that, everything was shot. Okay. My game. The Giants and the Steelers. Now, the last time these two teams did play, it was in New Jersey, and it was in 2012. And it was right after Hurricane Sandy had hit. And that was a really devastating storm. Like, I'm born and raised in Rochester, New York. I'm going to school in Buffalo, New York. And even in Rochester, we got a good amount of rain. And that's from Hurricane Sandy. And just New York got pulverized by it. And so did New Jersey. By New York, I mean New York City. Now, a good amount of New York State got it, but... And the Steelers flew in game day. And they did end up winning. But that's not the point of me mentioning all that. I don't know if they're going to do anything to say, like, hey, the last time these two teams faced each other in the regular season was this. The Steelers do, actually, you can look this up. They have the best red zone defense in the NFL in terms of touchdowns allowed in the red zone. So, if a team goes into the red zone every single drive and all they get is field goals, then the percentage would be 0. But if they score touchdowns every time, the percentage would be 100. And then let's say they're at the 25 and they score. That's not the red zone. The red zone is the 20 and within. I think they're at like 41% or something, which might seem like a lot. It's like, how is that number one? The Falcons are last with 75%, I believe. Or somewhere, it's give or take. I'm going to say Pittsburgh wins. I'm going to pick my team. Alright, now you have the Redskins and the Cardinals. Cardinals aren't that good of a team this year. The Redskins are going to win. Okay, the Buccaneers and the Chargers. Now, Buccaneers, that was the game I got wrong. Oh, and speaking of Chargers, I picked them to win last week versus the Texans. And someone did comment, and they said, well, I actually think the Texans are going to win. And I'm like, okay, opinion. I see it. I take it. Now, I ended up being right, but that's not the point. The point is someone actually commented giving their opinion, which is what I ask you guys to do each and every time I do these. And to have someone actually take the time to do it, that meant a lot to me. And I would appreciate it if more of you guys did it. Chargers are winning, though, over the Bucs. The Buccaneers winning against Seattle did not mean a thing. It's not like Miami. They're not going to start winning. I just don't see it happening. And then you have the Panthers and the Seahawks. The Panthers did give the Raiders a run for their money, but, they ended up losing. And I think the Seahawks are going to win. They're going to bounce back from the loss to the Bucs. Oh, and by the way, the Seahawks scored 5 points. You know what that means. They got a safety. Now, I didn't watch any of the game, but seeing 5, the only way they can do that is by getting 1 field goal, which is 3 points, and then a safety, which is 2 points. 3 plus 2 is 5. So Seahawks are winning. Long story short. Alright, Colts and Jets. Colts are winning this one. Andrew Luck is back. Now, he did suffer a concussion 2 Sundays ago because they played Thursday. And between Sunday being put into the concussion protocol on Monday and having to play Thursday, it just wasn't going to happen. So they ended up playing Scott Tolzien, and Tolzien didn't do terrible. He did all right. It's just the receivers couldn't catch the ball. much like the Bears. I'm not sure if Ty is going to be back because he did have a back injury when he got absolutely destroyed by Mike Mitchell. And Mike Mitchell did suffer an injury on the same play. You know, they both got hurt. And then Mike went up to Ty, just talked to make sure he was okay. And he shows a lot of great sportsmanship. He did it with Latavius Murray last year when the Steelers faced the Raiders. He did it with Ty. He did it with Terrell Pryor when the Steelers faced the Browns. So he really does care. It's not anything personal. He's just trying to make the big hit. So I think with Andrew Luck back, they're going to beat the Jets. Colts win. And that is it for Week 13. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Leave a like. And again, comment. Comment down below. I really want to know what you guys are thinking. Because 14-2, you know, if my Week 11 prediction, someone had said, hey, Bucks have a good chance of beating the Seahawks, think about it, or Eagles have a good chance of beating the Packers, I could have won 16-0. So, really, comment, because it could end up helping me in a future prediction. Alright, later guys.